Oh shit, my boy Soldier used to be a G. Anyway, One Piece chapter 739. We already know that that damn ship is going through the building and it's crushing every fucking body in there. Um, as we can see, Trouble ain't no fucking joke, like at all. Anyway, Robin's talking to Usopp. Usopp got fucking buried. It looked like he got buried. Did he get buried? Yeah, he was under some shit. Anyway, he got out of there, and Trouble, he's already back, and he's got the dwarves like locked down in that sticky shit, and he's asking them, about who helped him. Right now, they know that somebody had to help him. Um, he tells the guy, he says, "Oh, I already know one of them is my friend." He said, "Oh, you talking about Usopp? I mean, Uso Land, right?" Usopp's looking like, "Oh, fuck, now you drag me into this shit. You know what my mama stay, you know what your mama stay, and you say he had a gun when you seen him, right?" He said, "Name one person in One Piece played like that." Anyway, anyway, he starts laughing. Trouble starts laughing, and he said, "He's not my friend. I tricked you, right?" And then he says, "Well," he said, "is the one-legged soldier your ally as well?" And he says, "I won't tell you." He said, "Well, we already know." And he said, "Well, if you already know, then yeah." And he said, "I got you again," basically. They keep tricking the motherfuckers. I mean, at some point in time, it's like, damn, can these guys actually not be tricked? I guess that's just part of their genes or whatever. Anyway, we found out that Trouble has other powers. He can make that sticky shit explode. Well, he says it's flammable, I think. Flammable is different from combustible. So, flammable means it can ignite in flames, but combustible means the actual explosion doesn't necessarily have to be fire. Anyway, after that, they're all fucked up. Usopp comes over there to try to help the main one that we know about. He tries to help him. I forgot what the dude's name is. And he says, "You can't beat this dude." He said, "This dude is just too fucking strong." The guy says that they gotta believe in him. They're waiting for their captain, for Captain to do whatever. He said Captain's gonna beat Doflamingo and shit like that. And guy says, and we cut to Loud G, and he's fighting against Soldier, right? And one of the bugs or whatever, they say Captain, so he's talking about him. He's like a one-legged fucking soldier. It's like, okay, what can he do? He's getting his ass whooped, not by Doflamingo, but by Lao G, which is an underling of his. We cut to a flashback, and it's when Doflamingo renounced his title as Shibukai, right? Now everybody's happy thinking that they're gonna be freed because Doflamingo is no longer the king. You know, all them people that was fucked up, Rebecca's old friends, whatever, that was in that cell that was all fucked up, they think they're going to be freed and everything like that. Of course, Soldier's like, come on, man. He said, I know y'all not going to get tricked by the bullshit. They're not letting you free, and that's just all there is to it. And Rebecca, she's talking about that statue. Remember, it's a statue of this guy named Kiros, right, who won 3,000 battles as a gladiator, taking no losses. She said that was fake and it was set up to just have people inspired because she's supposed to win, or any one of them is supposed to win, as far as I know, 1,000 matches and they'll be free. She says that they put that statue in there to think that since somebody beat 3,000, had 3,000 wins, okay, then I can make 1,000. You know what I'm saying? And really, that could be true or not. When something like that happens, that could be true or not. It doesn't necessarily mean it's false or whatever. She could be right, she could be wrong. She could have made that up thinking that they were trying to trick her or whatever, anything. So we got to take that with a grain of salt. Anyway, Soldier, he's like, I'm gonna get you up out of there. I'm gonna save everybody, whatever, save the day, shit like that. He's getting fucked up by Loud G. Anyway, we cut to Rebecca back in the present day, and she finally goes to attack. And she attacks the wrong dude. She attacked Diamante. Turns out she has a blunt sword. That shit ain't gonna work in One Piece. In real life, if you had a blunt sword, that still fuck somebody up. It might not cut through them, but it's damn sure gonna cut into them. It's gonna fuck them up. But the sword is blunt, like the edge ain't sharp. It's not sharp at all. Anyway, Diamante takes that right to the chin. No problem, means nothing to him. And he pulls out this little it looks like a handkerchief or something like that, right? And he unravels it, and it's really just a big ass mace. You know, because he used his powers. God damn, he used his powers to flatten it up, and he knocked the shit out of it. Now she goes to block it, and it still makes a direct hit. I don't know if it broke the sword though. That's one thing I don't know, but I do know he beat the shit out the girl. She's on the ground already. Now my boy Sabo, he tells Muscle Limit, or as he calls him, which is Bartolomeo, he said, yo, take care of Rebecca, keep her from getting fucked up, keep her from dying, basically. And that's what Diamante said. He said, man, this shit right here is life or death. He said, fucking with this shit here, you can be in the damn casket in a minute. Anyway, we cut back to Lao G, right? He's beating the brakes off a soldier, and some of the dwarves come out to help him. They hold down Lao G while they grabbed him and they held on tight. Goddamn, while soldier was watching, he got the fuck out of Dodge. I messed that whole thing up, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Eddie Long. Anyway, while he was holding him, we should call him soldier makes a run for it. And they all believe in him. They kept calling him captain, shit like that, yada yada yada. One of the back to back to Usopp. He says, "Why do you believe in a one-leg toy so much?" He reveals that Sugar had made a mistake and forgot to establish a contract on Soldier, so Soldier can fight. And he also reveals, 10 years, something like, I don't know, whatever. And he also reveals that Soldier was that dude Kiros. So Soldier was the guy who fought 3,000 battles and never lost. So Soldier was a G back when he was a human. That's probably why he's so strong as a toy. As a toy, he probably nowhere near the level he was, as a man. Now that girl forgetting to put a contract on the seems kind of weird. Why? Because Kiros fought 3,000 battles and hasn't lost once. They said that he got injured once and got cut once. He only was hit once, as far as I know, or only injured once. Being that he was that fucking strong, why wouldn't she put a contract on him? But then you can also say that it was 10 years ago. I don't know when she got the devil fruit power, you understand? And he was the first one turned into a toy on that island. So she might have just got her devil fruit power, you understand? And didn't fully know or realize how to use them. Or she only had them for a little while. We don't know. So I can say that it is plausible. It is plausible. But then we also got this thing about her being, looking like she looks like a kid. Now, the thing about her looking like a kid, sometimes the devil fruit powers play a weird role in things. Like they make you look different. For instance, my man Kuma has, paws on his hands and shit like that, and other things. So it's obvious that he was. I didn't know that. He says it's obvious that Soldier was Kiros. I didn't. For real, I don't know why I didn't think of it. Maybe I did. I don't know. I didn't. I don't think I did. Because I do remember, thinking one thing, but I can't remember. I might, if y'all check back at my older reviews, whether I said it or not, I don't know. But right now at this current time, I wasn't thinking that. Anyway, like such and such, Kuma has paws on his hands. Who else? Damn. I do know that giant girl became short. She became real small, smaller than normal size. Although that was filling. But all I'm saying is that these powers can play a different role on what you look like. What you call them? Not Rebecca. What's my girl name? Bonnie. She's, as far as we know, she's younger than what her appearance is actually younger than what she normally is. But they also have somebody in the, so that could be the case. But they also have somebody other than Sugar in the Don Quixote family that looks young, right? that stayed young for a long time. You know, what's his name? Dillinger or whatever. Dillinger or some shit. Dillinger, I think his name is. He's still small. I mean, he still looks like a kid. I'm thinking that maybe they might be the other race. Remember, there's different races in One Piece, right? You got your dwarves, you got your snake necks, your long arms, long legs humans, fishmen, mermen, you know, all those people. They may be mink men, because we don't know what they look like. Mink men may look like normal humans, except they look like kids all their lives. That could be the case. So I'm making that speculation. They might be mink men because they both stay looking like kids. We don't know whether that's part of their heritage. I tweeted you, man. Follow me back. The Walking Dead reviews from you are the best, cause Raptor GMC from Ireland. What's up, Raptor? Anyway, I didn't expect it to be Kiros. This chapter was sort of like the last one, but I think it was a little bit better because we got a good reveal, or I thought it was a good reveal. Some people thought it was an obvious reveal. Maybe I'm just an idiot. I don't know. We had a good reveal. We actually cut back to the tournament, even though it was only for a second, and we got to see Rebecca get a wig pushed back. I enjoyed that. So it was basically like the last chapter, just a little bit better. I think it was a little bit, the pacing was a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? We had the reveal. It just was a little bit more to it than the last chapter, but it's basically about the same. You understand? I hope we cut back to see what Luffy's doing with Pika, because we see Pika's moving the whole fucking castle. If that's the case, he's probably really fighting these motherfuckers. Luffy and Zoro, or one of them, is putting up a damn good fight against them. That's what that means. But anyway, if my boy not Zoro, Usopp and Robin, they can beat Treble. Remember, Usopp said he was going to jump in. I'm thinking he will. And Treble is with Sugar. I'm thinking they're going to have to beat him. If they can beat them, and Soldier turns back into his old form, oh my God, that's going to be some good help for them fighting Doflamingo. Do I think it beat Doflamingo? Hell no. Hell no. But it also explains why people don't know that Kiros is actually existed. Because remember, when Soldier got turned into, you know, the toy form, you lose their memory. The only reason people can remember him at all in general because that statue exists. If that statue wasn't there, they wouldn't even know that. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I give this chapter I liked it better than the last one. I'm going to say 3.5, which is probably with the same I gave the last one. I just don't think I can give it a 4 because it wasn't, you know, too overly interesting. It just had a good reveal in it and shit like that. But anyway, I'm going to give it a 3.5. Go ahead and leave your comment. Let me know what you think. If you like the video, click that like button. Subscribe. Anime and manga means more. It's good to finally know that Kiros is officially, now Usopp can jump in and show us his battle prowess. Yeah, I think Usopp's gonna put some fucking work in. If Usopp and Robin can take that girl Sugar out, they don't even really have to take Treble out. Hopefully they will. But if they take Sugar out and Kiros come back and all the mother's toy soldiers come back, they probably won't even need to. Cause remember, the toy soldiers is right there. They're inside that they doing work inside the factory or whatever, and the factory's not far from them. So if they can get to them in time, they'll be able to take Treble out. Because remember, not only the toys are strong because they were all gladiators at once. Why Diamante 40 feet tall? He's not 40 feet tall, but he's tall as shit. He's been tall. He was always tall. We've seen how tall he was before, but the thing about One Piece is sometimes they scale shit. You know, the scaling is fucked up. He did look a little bit taller than I remember. But he is way taller than Rebecca. We already been through that. But anyway, peace.